Trigger warning: depictions of self-harm and sexual assault are presented in this video. Hello guys, it's me Matt. I wanted to do this video because I feel like people are sleeping on this manhwa. In my last video, I talked about how everyone loved The Dangers in My Heart because of its wholesome nature. This manhwa I'm talking about today is the complete opposite, while also being very similar and dynamic to Kyotaro and Yamada Anna's dynamic in The Dangers in My Heart. You will see in this video why that is. To put it simple, both are masterpieces in their own right. It's just that I feel like this manhwa is pretty underrated. Okay. Oh, let's get into it. Yeonwoo's Innocence is a romance manhwa that starts with a feminine-looking young man named Yeonwoo. He gets teased a lot because of it. The female lead, Haesol, is pretty popular at the school as strong and beautiful, and Yeonwoo has a crush on Haesol as the story starts. He has a best friend named Junhyuk, who he overly relies on. ML and FL start talking at the start of the story, so it seems like it will all go well, right? Well, no, not really. Yeonwoo's Innocence is a romance drama with a lot of emphasis on part with drama. Spoiler warning. On the earlier part of the story, we see people make fun of Yeonwoo's frail figure. And in other parts, we see one of Haesol's friends get caught up in a scandal created by someone else. Well, a bully. They play a major part in the story, if I do say so myself, seeing the later chapters. That's not all of it either. What I want to say is that in this manhwa, the story feels like a living, breathing entity. All of the characters feel relevant and play a big part in the story. It's not like one of those anime where one side character gets introduced and just gets forgotten. No, that's not how it works. Let's talk about Yeonwoo. Yeonwoo struggles a lot with what happened in his past, which is elaborated later on in later chapters. He suffers with suicidal thoughts as well as thoughts of being useless. We see him suffer a lot through the story, and it makes it hurt to the reader even more because it is very real and totally relatable. It brings out the thoughts of people who have been in those positions. So this character hit very hard for me specifically. As the story goes on, he tries to improve himself for Haesol, similar to what Ichikawa tries to do for Yamada in The Dangers in My Heart. Haesol, on the other hand, is pretty hard to relate to. I mean, for me. All I remember after reading it like 3 months ago is that she suffered from pressure as well as abuse, and she struggles with expressing her emotions, which is pretty normal, I think. And while it might not be a problem for me, I think it's a pretty real problem for someone else who will be able to relate to this character. Earlier in the video, I explained that Yeonwoo overly relies on his best friend, Junhyuk. That is explained in later chapters to describe their weird dynamic. Even Haesol would tell Junhyuk to fuck off. Okay, so heavy spoilers ahead. Click off if you are planning to read the story, which I pretty much recommend you to read because it's actually really good. But if you're not good with drama, then don't read it because there's plenty of better stuff to read that doesn't have as much drama or angst as this one has. Because I've read my fair share of stories as well. This one sticks out because of the amount of emotional connection that the story builds up with the characters. Just pure drama without any connection to the characters is bad, right? But this story doesn't really do that. It makes you relate to the characters and it makes you root for them. So when stuff happens, when drama happens, you're really looking forward to how it's resolved or how it will happen. Because not every drama in this manhwa is resolved peacefully. I got baited a lot with the romance though, and I still think it's a pretty good romance manga. In chapter 110-ish, we are introduced to one of the core characters of the story, the antagonist. Well, kind of. Yeon was bullied in his previous school. We are shown what he did to Junhyuk as well as Yeonwoo. In their earlier school years, Junhyuk grew apart from Yeonwoo. As Junhyuk focused on his football career since he had talent, This led to him finding out too late that Yeonwoo was being bullied and sexually assaulted. Yeonwoo in particular being sexually assaulted because of how he looks, and Junhyuk having his leg broken because of an unfair fight. His career as a football player ended right there because of that incident. Since then, they have stuck as close friends because they fear of having something like that happen again. And I think Junhyuk pretty much focuses on on his guilt because Yeonwoo suffered from that. Which I think, yeah, as the story progresses, they'll probably address that and grow as characters. I feel like the manhwa will focus on moving on as well as improving themselves. It is a romance manhwa after all, but they will have a lot to deal with before they reach the happy end that they would like. Yeonwoo's Innocence is a manhwa that pulls people in with a generic trope and romance. But even in the earlier chapters, you could already feel that the writing style of the author was one that was pretty realistic. And something like The Dangers in My Heart was not really possible for this author. So, it's a manhwa that will make you anticipate it even if the story is traumatic. I do hope that you guys actually read this because it's a very good manhwa. But I do prefer the pure ones though. The ones without drama because I'm not really good with drama. That's actually all for today, guys. The video ends here. So if you enjoyed it, you can like and subscribe. Okay, so let me talk about stuff. My vacation ended like I don't know, like 4 days ago now. It's 7th now, March 7th. It was pretty shit. I didn't even get to enjoy anything. I'm not gonna elaborate on this. Thank you guys for watching. If you have watched my previous videos, you probably noticed that I have a different voice right now. It's because of the cold or the allergy. I'm not sure which is which. So it's pretty hard for me to talk. So you can see that my commentary is pretty different from normal because my voice is pretty strained. That's all for now, guys. I think still have a couple more videos planned. Thank you for watching and bye bye.